Hey, welcome to the Fighter Stance. Make sure that you smash that like button, share, and subscribe with your friends. On this episode, we're going to have Carl. He's the COO of Sheepdog on the episode. Carl.
What's up?
Carl Kringle, a.k.a. Mr. Kringle,
Yes.
a.k.a. Santa Claus,
Yep.
a.k.a. Mr. Glizzy.
Really?
Yeah, Mr. Glizzy, the guzzler.
The Glizzy Guzzler.
Thanks for having me.
Earned that name in college.
Hey, yeah.
Maybe.
So I get Nick's sweater because we sold those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Actually, I had one and then had to give it up because we sold way too many.
This
And
isn't
then-
even the official sweater.
I know that's
This is the sample sweater.
And he has a sweater on that fits
Yeah.
him.
He does. Yeah.
You look so uncomfortable, bro.
Funny you should say that. So totally new with Christmas podcast. And I looked at Alibaba and didn't do the translation of the sizes right or the gender. Ended up getting this sweet number here.
Bro, if you were
Wait till the podcast starts to ask you about that.
if you were walking down a junior high school right now, there'd be a principal sending you to detention for wearing
Yeah.
that shirt.
Or bring me to his office. You know?
Might be about the booty shorts you're wearing though, but you can't see those on camera.
Yeah.
You
Are you okay in that thing, dude?
No, I actually can't feel my hands. I kind of need to get cut out of
Get
this.
that shit off. You have to sit-
if you guys are if you normally listen, definitely watch us on YouTube because this is wild.
Yeah.
get that shit off him because
How are we gonna do this?
there's no way.
Yeah.
He's the fucked up part. He's like, I'm wearing this to the fucking.
Yeah.
I bought it.
I bought it. I got to get my money's worth.
Yeah.
But the money's
Wait,
worth
can't get that-
expired after I couldn't feel my hands.
Yeah.
So, that's so much better.
You look like you just took off a straight jacket.
It's about as tight as one.
Oh my god, the line arms from
Oh, that is nice. Oh, I can feel my upper part of my body now.
This is fun.
now he's gonna be cold the whole
The
time.
Navy guy's the first one to take
Hey.
his shirt off. Imagine that.
Pretty typical. You know?
My
Oh
shit
man,
podcast ever, bro.
is anybody else itchy? Those clothes were itchy.
Anybody just felt like they got choked and they just came out of it. They fought the hand, pulled it down.
Yeah, yeah.
He just has the whang feeling whenever you
Yeah,
like, come
where
back.
everything like starts
oh,
buzzing.
Well,
Yeah, for sure.
That's how Carl lives his life, bro.
Yeah, one choke at a time.
you cold enough, Carl?
Yeah, I'm gonna go get my robe real
Think
quick.
it's
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have
Go have a
something
jacket or
to wear.
something.
So if you guys could tell, it's like we're discussing, right? It's like just before Christmas, and this is gonna be a little Christmas themed episode.
We're gonna drop this.
It'll come out after Christmas, but we're recording before Christmas just because.
Yeah. It's
Different.
the way it goes.
Just the way it goes, right? A little behind the scenes
Bro,
action.
you-
Way
Look
better.
at this. Look at
Way
Mr.
better.
Kringle over here.
Hey-o.
That is super.
Chris
fancy.
Kringle in the house.
That is super nice.
Yeah.
Bro, it looks like
that one doesn't fit you either.
it looks like some sketchy ass MILF let
Yeah.
you borrow a Christmas bathrobe.
Yeah,
Is
it's
that what
like it's like I woke up and like I got to escape, and this is all this thing that's on the bed. I grabbed it. I was running outside
She
the house.
hid your clothes so
Yeah.
that you wouldn't leave.
Yeah.
Jokes on her.
And I was like,
she's
"Hi."
not gonna be as festive anymore.
Yeah, I got your bathrobe. How do you like that?
But were you hanging out at Patrick's RV park?
Yeah,
yeah.
I had to jump out one of the windows of the double wide.
Yes. This is fucking. There's no double wides there, but there's some nice ass like the other like 2 weeks ago. My dad came down and visit just randomly. He'll just show up, and he there's this RV that just pulled in. It's one of the fifth wheel ones, and he was like, "That RV is like $200,000."
Jeez,
It had like a fucking patio in the
Like
front
a Mercedes. with
and the
RV.
side, bro. It was fucking
by a house.
dope. Yeah,
Like Carl's talking about like a trailer park where they're like trailers not on wheels. The
Yeah.
trailers on wheel, like an RV park.
It's
those people are
different, yeah.
rich.
Yeah.
Like
no, not everyone.
Like,
Some of us work at Sheepdog.
yeah. I'm talking 8 Mile like private trailer park.
I teach night classes just so
Yeah.
we can get by.
Yeah, exactly.
when
I need Giancarlo to go compete more so I can pay rent.
Right. Yeah.
when
how much is the rent at the RV park? Jesus, dude.
oh
I guess
more
buy you
than
some
you
cash
know.
if you need, man.
No, we're good. My wife has a good job. I'm just trying to pay half.
no, when we were coming down, when me and my wife were driving down, we stayed at a lot of RV parks, and dude, there'd be like $1 million RVs that like come through there, carrying another like $50,000
Yeah.
car, like
Yeah.
the bougiest things ever.
Yeah, like that.
That's
tour
like
trucks.
retired people.
Yeah, that RV's pulling a Lambo.
That's right.
There was the RV was pulling a Jeep, and then the Jeep would pull like a golf cart because for some reason and they're pimped out golf carts.
So no, that's why I bought that big ass truck.
Yeah.
So I could put a golf cart in the back of it.
Nice.
Because that bed's like 6.5 foot
big
bed.
enough.
Yeah, so I could put a golf cart in the back and then pull my RV.
Do you have a golf cart?
No, I'm gonna get one though. I'm waiting for what's the bike company?
Vulcan. They're
Vulcan.
making
I'm waiting
double wide, right?
Yeah, so I'm
Not double
side by
wide,
side.
Side by side.
Double wide.
A
So I'm
double wide bike.
yeah. So I'm waiting till they drop their side by side, and then I'm hoping that like we can get a discount.
Honestly,
Shut up,
Andrew. Yeah. Shout out Vulcan.
Shut up, Vulcan.
I feel like that
Hashtag
would
Vulcan.
honestly be
Not a
cheaper
sponsor,
than a
but
golf cart.
maybe.
Golf carts are like
Maybe.
stupid expensive.
Especially if you get one of the really nice ones.
Yeah.
Dude, I saw one at this fucking the Dallas Safari Club and Gun Show. It was like a 4 row golf cart. It was like $300,000 for the
Good
golf
Lord.
But when you go to
It was like pimped out. There was like a drawer that would like it slid out, and there was like a cut out a
safe.
Crown Royal, like glasses. And, like it was just like
That's
like
pretty
the
cool.
bougiest shit you can think of to put on a fucking golf cart for no reason.
I'm pretty sure that we have some law enforcement people that listen to this podcast. So in Port Aransas, you can rent those golf carts,
Yep.
and allegedly, if you're driving one of those golf carts on not on the main road but on the side roads, they can't give you a DUI.
I don't know. That sounds pretty sketchy because I
Yeah,
remember.
comment in the bottom.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know if that's
Pat
true or
Miller told me that you can't pull me over often. So.
yeah. That's why I'm asking.
Heard it on the
That's-
podcast. Officer.
we have
There's a problem, officer.
Oh, the fire stance. I heard you can't pull over. So
Yeah.
Get out of
So-
here, man.
So definitely don't do that. But I'm just wondering if we have some police officers who maybe have
vouch
been to
for
Port
this
Aransas.
whole
Yeah,
situation.
vouch for that because I there's a sign in one of the golf cart rental places. They're like, don't like,
Yeah.
like,
Don't drink and drive, but no one's gonna.
yeah,
yell at
they
you.
can't do anything even if they do.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't.
I know on a golf course they can't pull you over, so you can drink as much as you want to and drive a golf
Yeah.
cart.
So just gun it to the golf course.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you can't pull me over here.
I think that's mostly because it's private property.
Private property.
But I mean, I don't think that's right. I remember in high school they told us, the police told us. And maybe
Where'd you go to high school at?
New Jersey.
Yeah, shut up.
Not
Okay.
Boys Ranch.
Yeah, not Port Aransas
Port
for sure.
Aransas.
But they said if you're riding a bicycle, technically it's driving under the influence.
No. My buddy got pulled over in Delaware for that.
On a bicycle?
On a bicycle.
Oh, you got to be fucked up to get pulled over on a bicycle.
Yeah.
You swerving back and forth. Are you having a great
Yeah.
time or are you fucked up?
He's like, the horse isn't drunk.
Yeah.
The horse isn't drunk. Yeah,
Well, I
horse.
was at a bar down in Coronado on a station there, and I'm riding back to my house. You get around on beach cruises everywhere, and so that night I'm going back, and I'm like, you know what? I can get on my bike. I'm just going to cruise it down, and I almost like every single car is trying to hit me, and I'm like, I'm hanging in like the bike lane. All these cars are trying to hit me. And I get back, and the next morning, I forgot there was something I had to go back the same way I came the night before. I realized all those cars were actually parked cars, and I was weaving back and forth on the road, left and right, and the cars were not trying to hit me. I was weaving so bad that I was going left to right across the parked
You almost got hit
street.
by a car.
Yeah, multiple times.
My boy likes to party. Speaking of parties,
I think the statute of limitations is over on that. So.
Yeah, so that's why.
Now that I'm thinking of it though, like I feel like those bird scooters, like they're meant to be ridden drunk. Like
Yeah.
I don't think that's real. No one do
Don't
that.
do it, guys.
Yeah. Ducks
I'll
Especially
show you
downtown.
why.
Yeah.
See this scar I have right here? This is from like 4 years ago.
From a bird scooter?
when I was shit faced. My buddy convinced me that taking an Uber right now at the end of this UT game would be too much because of surge charges. So
Yeah.
he's like,
That sounds
I'll get the
reasonable.
bird scooters. They cost like $4. I'm like, in my drunken state after leaving the Veterans tailgate at the UT game, they've been feeding us liquor all night for free and beer. They're all donated.
Oh no, don't.
That's the Alamo. The Alamo, they got that shit there.
Yeah.
And I fucking fell and fucking
spicy.
ate shit, skimmed up my elbow, my side. Also, my face got skimmed up pretty bad
Whoa.
too.
Yeah.
That
You
sounds
can't
so
see it,
bad.
but like, I can
Yeah.
feel scar tissue in here still. But it healed up really
Hey,
well.
is it from?
Surprised.
Yeah, but is it from gi jujitsu and that just added to it, or?
Good point.
Yeah.
It might have added to the scar tissue buildup.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was pretty bad. Like I was like, I'm gonna have a fucking scar on
Well-
my face the rest of my life. I was like,
It's good.
Well,
Girlfriend scars.
speaking of parties,
it's true.
the Christmas punch that my guy over there made
Yeah.
was so fucking strong.
Yeah.
We had a sheepdog Christmas party, and I I'm pretty sure it was like 6 different bottles of booze and like a ocean spray cranberry drink on the side.
Exactly.
And then fruit, and that was it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Long
it
Island
was.
iced tea with cranberry juice.
It was. Yeah.
And then I think he stirred it with a boat paddle.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. I put the fruit in there just to
Adds the
throw
oat
you off
flavor
the
to
scent.
it.
Yeah, but what he's not saying is he soaked the fruit in booze as well.
Exactly.
You have to do that. Yeah.
That's how you make sangria or whatever that was supposed to be.
Yeah. That wasn't
sangria.
That's holiday punch.
Yeah,
Holiday punch.
yeah.
I'm pretty sure there was wine.
Mind eraser.
yeah. Holiday punch you in your ass.
Yeah.
I was so fucked up.
We used to call that
I don't even remember that party, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I brought a I think a 12-pack of Yingling,
No.
and Andrew, in his typical fashion, didn't bring it. I was like, Andrew, just you can have some of those.
Right,
bud."
for sure.
And in my head, I was like, Andrew, drink those. I'm going to get somewhere in that holiday punch because my wife's driving home.
Yeah. I had to hold back on
You
that.
just drove your home to here and parked out back. And just
So,
walked.
Yeah.
so whenever we originally bought it, my wife's like, "Do you think that we could park the RV outside of Sheepdog for like a couple weeks?" And I was like, "I don't think so." But it would be like the safest place to be.
Oh, for sure.
Condo association wouldn't like that.
No.
Yeah, just me and my underwear in the morning, just like
Shitters full.
Shitters full.
it's the Christmas episode.
Yeah, exactly.
Taking my dogs on a walk. This people are trying to go to the indoor water park that's over
Yeah,
there.
butt ass naked in your wake
wearing
up,
this.
walking,
He's
walking
wearing this
around.
robe.
Yeah, walk around the RV. Everyone's like, "Dude, your windows are open, bro."
Yeah. Hey, let me do my yoga. These are my stretches.
This is a dude with his asshole showing.
Yeah.
Well, that's Pat.
Yeah.
It's his house.
This is your first year in the RV during Christmas, right?
Yeah, my wife, she bought. It's so fucking annoying. So our RV is not big because we're just living in it till we sell our houses. Again, if you guys want to buy a house, I'm selling too.
I got a house, bro.
Yeah,
Special deal.
I got a house
Special rate for you.
two for one price.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, 1.3.
Such a deal.
Yeah.
Not better enough.
I mean, it probably really is.
No, it's not. Yeah. Anyways, so my wife, she's festive and she's a great lady. I also call her the Dragon Lady, but don't. If you see us out in town, don't fucking call her that because she'll hit me and then
That was your
you.
name.
Thankfully, she doesn't listen
Dragon
to the
Lady.
podcast.
I've never.
She does. She's so mad at
I've
me.
never heard that name before. The Dragon Lady.
Yeah,
It's new.
No, it's not. That's not. I don't want to talk about it.
Honey, I love you. Don't listen to this part.
Yeah. I'm not gonna let her listen to the Christmas episode. No. So she bought this hanging Christmas tree, but there's only one part of the RV you can like hang it, and it's right by these sliding doors that leads into the bathroom, and it you can't open them all the way, and I'm not a small guy, so I have to
You don't
even if I, thanks guys, even if I turn sideways. And try to walk in, it's still a little bit tight.
Yeah.
Dug into the tree.
Yeah, it's so fucking no, because it's over here on the corner, so you slide the door over and it gets caught. And every time I just want to throw that fucking thing outside, but I don't want to be the Grinch either.
You kind of already sound like the Grinch.
Yeah.
I'm also curious what's the target demographic for hanging Christmas trees?
I think just people in RVs.
I've seen upside down Christmas trees that you can put on your ceiling, so it looks like this Christmas tree's coming out of your
That's pretty
ceiling.
cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
I like that idea. Too.
I think this is I think it's something that you would hang in your yard, or if you got Scrooge McDuck money, you have hanging Christmas trees around your normal Christmas tree, or it's an ornament for a giant tree.
How big is this thing? I can't
I
honestly
don't have
picture what
Scrooge
it looks
McDuck
like.
money, but I want that.
It's
Yeah.
this tall.
I'm about to go
Where
get
you
that.
swim
That's
in
pretty
your
big.
gold
Get that
coins.
now.
Backstroke.
Yeah, Cougarants.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't believe you guys didn't get that fucking reference.
Well, I did. I was just surprised that of all the references for rich people, you went to Scrooge McDuck.
Yeah, no, talking about Cougarants.
Cougarants,
So
true.
on the
That's
last one,
the weapon.
None of them got it. I think
Gold
that
Cougarants.
I think that
But
Sean's
do you know?
I think Sean Strickland is Riggs from Lethal Weapon.
Yeah.
Like the real life.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Like when he jumped over, he asked Gilbert Burns to move his children,
Yeah.
and then jumped over
Oh,
the
for sure.
railing and beat up Duplessis, who also is South African. So it's basically
Even better.
Yeah, it's basically Lethal Weapon 2.
Yeah, just a bald guy.
yeah.
He's like, "Excuse me, little kid," and everyone's like, "Yeah, sure." And then I would just whomping on him. Yeah,
and no charges were filed.
yeah, and like how Chuck Liddell's like patting him on the back after. He's like, good one.
Yeah. This is not. I've done this before too.
Yeah.
I'm too drunk to taste this chicken, Colonel Sanders. Anyways, that's enough about the fights. Hey, does anyone have, besides me living in an RV with a hanging Christmas tree, any weird or unusual Christmas traditions?
Traditions or
no
trees?
happenings? Yes.
What?
Traditions? No. Happenings? Yes.
Happenings?
Yeah.
Yes. I have this really cool.
He's got double Christmas.
Double Christmas.
It's double Christmas.
So nice as he did it twice.
Yeah.
This year we don't have a Christmas. We haven't had a Christmas tree the past few years. We're like, I'm a Christmas tree. Like, I like a real Christmas tree. So like, I haven't wanted to like. We've been in like apartments the past few years. We haven't had a lot of space, so it was always like a hassle. Then like one year, I don't know, the Northeast was like filled with like bugs in the Christmas trees, and we're just like, we'll skip that. But this year, it was like the hottest thing on like social media. I've been looking for it since Christmas, since this summer, and it like popped up. I was like on all the wait lists. It's my baby's first Christmas tree. It is the cutest thing ever. It's like it's got a little like fake train set that goes around it. It's just like looks like a play school thing. It goes together in like 2 pieces.
Who is more excited about that, you or your wife?
Oh, I was way more excited.
I think
She had no idea
Got
that
a
even
train set,
existed.
bro. Did you hear that?
It's got a train set. It's got little ornaments. Also, my baby way too little. No idea what it's.
This
for.
one's it's more for you.
No awareness.
100% for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's
Next
cool to
year-
have kids so they can get like really cool like toys, right?
Yeah, or you blame like something that you like. Well, he got it for me, but it's always toys for you.
Yeah.
you know?
No, yeah. So I was pretty excited about it. It's like the funniest thing ever.
One of my buddies in the Army, he would do that. Like the new Xbox would come out, and he'd be like, "It's for my kids," and he'd only let them play it like an hour a day. He'd be like, "I don't want it to rot your brain, you know, play it." And then the rest of the day, he's there gaming.
Yeah,
right. In front of
animation.
you guys are allowed to play it from 4 to 5 when I'm coming home from work,
Yeah.
and then no more gaming.
Yeah.
It's my time.
Terrible game.
Yeah.
Don't drink either.
It's about traditions. Like, so one of I'm just thinking about it. Like, actually, it's pretty random. Is that every Christmas, my sister and I would come out and we'd have our stockings full. But in thinking about, which isn't weird, but what is weird is that every year my mom, there's something that happened where mom's like, that's what I'm putting in every single stocking. So every year it was the same thing after one point of my childhood. So to this day, I can tell you what's going to be in it. And as I think about it,
Wait, it's
after
the
this
same
question,
every year.
same
Not
question.
just like everyone gets the same
No,
thing. Like
it's
every
the
year.
same thing.
He's been getting the same small tidy whiteys for the past.
I'm like,
So wait, so what's in it?
So it's always an orange, a toothbrush, a lotto ticket, a single package of beef jerky, and a bag of those chocolate gold coins.
I was gonna say Paul Malls.
Yeah. So I don't know what happened where my mom was like, I got the perfect combination of a stocking stuffer.
I was going to say, is there significant meaning to any of these things?
None that I
Where's
can.
the orange come from?
I don't know.
The weirdest part.
Well, that's where it's like what happened where my mom's like that one year she's like, I've created the perfect stocking. This is exactly what we're gonna do.
No top.
None. And the other thing is that to this day, no one in our family has ever won on the lotto tickets my mom bought for Christmas.
That's what my question was going to be. Is everyone on?
Never, ever. And like, I'm fucking 44 years old now, to this day, no one has won on the lotto ticket.
You know why? Because she scratches them off, and then they lose. She gets the loser. She puts silver nail polish.
That's probably what it is. She's like,
and she covers it back up.
Mama keeping the winners. Yeah, that's why.
Speaking of that, hey, those lotto tickets that we got from the gift you brought, $35, bro.
Nice.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Look at that.
That was the sleeper. No one knew what it was.
Yeah.
Your wife was not very excited about it. It was like the whole point was so no one would know what it was. I got like a dollar store like word search kind of thing.
Bro, so hold on. We went to the pool the other day. She does fucking word searches. We'll be watching TV. I'll be watching like fucking wrestling or something, and she'll be fucking doing the word. Joke's on you. She fucking loves it.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
When you say wrestling, do you mean like college wrestling or
No,
like
pro wrestling.
Nice.
Pro wrestling. Yeah, 100%.
Unlike the thing you've done since you were 4.
damn it, you got me. Fucking nailed it. I feel like they're starting to talk about it beforehand.
Honestly, that we have talked about
was
it
on the
beforehand,
cuff. That was on
but
the
that
cuff.
was off the cuff. I didn't even catch how he brought in pro wrestling.
Yeah, but no, so that fucking
Pro wrestling.
that
Pro wrestling.
yeah, that fucking
pro wrestling.
that fucking word search literally sits on a nightstand next to my bed.
That's funny, man.
And she fucking
I'm so glad.
yeah, she looks like she's like 30, but she acts like she's 54. She's like, you know, do my word searches. She actually can.
See?
She can crochet. That's no
It's
bullshit.
like 8 o'clock at night. She's like, I'm getting sleep.
Yeah, she puts on Murder She Wrote and Matlock and just passes
Yeah.
the fuck out. We go to Luby's. To
Yeah.
get our fucking, yeah.
What's Luby's?
It's a restaurant that old people go to. Yeah.
Yeah. My grandparents used to take me to that, and the first time I ever had liver and onions,
Yeah.
disgusting.
Furs
At Luby's.
cafeteria. You guys ever have do you have a Furs cafeteria? They like
Yeah.
when I was growing up, like if like we didn't want to do like Christmas dinner, we would go to because they would be open on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
We'd go there. Fire.
First cafeteria?
Furs cafeteria. Yeah, it's a Wichita thing. It's fire, bro.
No, I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah.
In the Northeast,
Boots
the only
with the
places that were open on
furs.
Christmas were like Chinese restaurants.
Since 7-Eleven.
Chinese restaurants, 7-Eleven, and the movie theater.
Not the Wawa.
Exactly.
Yeah, but bro,
yeah.
going to the movie, that's a good one too. Going to the movie theaters on Christmas Day,
Yeah.
like we used to, like I think
That's
that's
a thing.
like when I was in high school. I think that's what like we watched like Lord of the Rings, like Uno, Dos, and Tres, like all like on
Yeah.
those because it
Oh,
came
wow.
out every
Yeah.
Christmas. Yeah,
Movie hopping.
yeah, it's fucking well, yeah, no, because it was like the first one came out, the whatever it is, like that one came out 1 year, and then 2
Oh, I
years
see,
later
I see.
the other one came out.
I think maybe they played it all in one day. You just movie hop from
Yeah.
one to the other.
No, I've never done that, but I've
one to
seen
one.
people that got kicked out of movie theaters.
Well, I've
doing
totally did that shit. My
Yeah.
friend
fuck
Maurice
yeah.
did that shit in Hawaii. We go like early in the afternoon, just stay all night, just jumping into other movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're like halfway through a movie, whatever. You know, it doesn't matter.
I can't
pay
remember
for
the last time that I've been to a movie.
Oh, dude, movies are so fun.
Yeah, I want to go see The Claw though.
The
Yeah.
Claw. Oh, yeah, that looks really good.
That's the one.
It's
about
a
the Von
pro
Erichs?
wrestling one?
Yeah, like fucking Zac Efron got so
Yeah.
juicy for that.
Yeah.
Like so juicy.
Is it like comedy or is it like a?
No, it's like a
it's like a
biopic?
about this
Kinda like The Wrestler.
It's about this wrestling family that's like cursed. Like all the I don't want to ruin it, but all the sons except for one of them like died.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
Drugs.
historically accurate.
I was
so
picturing
don't
a
really
like
anything.
ready to.
Well, no, they're missing one
Yeah.
of the
It's like
sons. They didn't put one of the sons.
The wrestler with Rooney. in it.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. I was picturing more comedic, like the one with David Arquette, the Ready to Rumble.
No,
No, it's like
yeah.
it seems like very.
That was a great
It's like a
yeah,
dramatic piece.
no, yeah, it's like it's got good good reviews. Like it's cool. And again, Zac Efron, and then that guy from
The Bear
Yeah.
/ Shameless.
he also got juicy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ever see Shameless? No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shameless. Lip from Shameless.
Gotcha. He got juiced up.
Oh, bro,
Yeah.
they
Oh,
all got
wow.
they all got juicy.
He's so small too. He's gonna be
Yeah.
weird as fuck. All
Small and
jacked.
jacked.
He's got long flowing hair. It looks actually pretty wild.
And then Zac Efron has
Probably looks like Shane Steiner's nephew.
Rocker.
Zac Efron.
Looks better, honestly.
Yeah, Zac Efron has like a bowl cut.
It's so weird. Like no, like an awkward bowl cut. Like what?
Yeah.
Who's the guy who owns the Raiders?
Oh yeah, Davis.
You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Davis.
That's what it looks like.
That yeah. Like how do you when you go to get the haircut, you're like, hey, so say your hair's grown out, and you're like when you're asking for like, just fuck it up. You know, like, just, what are you thinking? Just sit me down, fuck me up.
But they're also
Don't
Yeah.
do that.
they were
You have a
also
bowl sitting around. Put it on my
wrestlers.
head and
They were
cut it.
wrestlers in like the late 70s, early 80s in Dallas.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
like they were like a huge thing in Texas.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, that haircut. I don't know. I think
Yeah.
it's just his like staple now, right?
It is.
You have more money than like everyone on earth.
Yeah,
It's just
like-
like I'm gonna get the worst looking haircut.
Al Davis, Kim Jong Un, they all have their signature haircut.
Yeah. And they both look like shit.
Yeah.
Unless you want to sponsor us, Al Davis, like, that's cool. Kim Jong Un, you can't afford us.
But he got a 100% re-election, so he's got that going for him. No one voted for the other person in the entire country.
The other person was fucking dead.
Yeah,
They'd vote for him.
we take
didn't
your
know there
name and we
wasn't
kill you for whoever votes.
Yeah,
for
we're
the
just
other
gonna
guy.
we're gonna pull a name out of a hat and
Everyone's like,
just-
please help me. It's like making
Yeah.
a tribute on Hunger Games.
Yeah, this motherfucker voted for the other guy. You can be him if you want, but this is what happens.
No
Fair
one's
election.
volunteered
Oh,
for
God.
tribute there.
No,
Oh, yeah.
no, I like that.
Damn.
Yeah.
Carl, has your hair always been as short as it is, or did you ever? grow it out?
Yeah. So so everyone can see if this and you're not watching this. It was long when I was a kid, and then I was in the military for 20 years, and it gets itchy when I get longer. I'm trying to get it longer because I liked it long.
Yeah, weren't you trying to like grow out like a mohawk or something?
Yeah, and it was just it got fucked up when I was asked to not be fucked up. I was trying to cut into it, and she goes in, and what I'd asked for, and you can sometimes tell when they're cutting. You're like, wait, dude, what is she doing? Because you can't see in the mirror, and then you're like, motherfucker. So I had to reset because the thing that would happen was she cut it, and I had an event to go to for Tim. And I'm like, dude, I cannot walk into this because it was like some senators and stuff going to be there. Yeah. And I'm like, motherfucker, I got to cut this and I got to go back to being normal. So, yeah, that's what happened. So I'm trying to get back to resetting and growing it out again.
Nice.
Unfortunately. Yeah, man.
So I shave my head. It's not my choice. But I used to have.
It looks great.
Like when I was in the army though, like my hair, like earlier on, like I think my second deployment, like we were out in a cop somewhere, so no one came to visit because it was too fucking dangerous. They would fly, but even that was dangerous. So I just let my hair fucking grow. I like slick it back.
Ooh.
Yeah, but every time we'd go back to like the main fob, they'd be like Sergeant Major would be like, Miller, cut your hair. I'm like, all right, cool. And then in my head, I'm like, bro, I'm about to go back after the cop. I want to see you for another month. You're so pissed when I come back.
Exactly. Yeah.
I used to slick my hair back when I was in the Navy and like with like a bunch of gel. So like you couldn't tell how long it was. But it was long as fuck.
Yeah, I did.
Then we got to be grappling. Like we go out to the Marine Corps pit and go
Yeah.
I come back and Gunny would be like, the fuck's up with your hair, Mayo?
Yeah.
Cut that shit. Like, hi, Gunny. Just slick it back.
Slug it back.
Put it right back. You can't tell the difference.
I didn't use any hair products. It was just being dirty.
Yeah.
Mine was very well combed and groomed. It looked very good.
Yeah.
I was still like grappled
Yeah.
in uniform.
You learn all the
Similar to
techniques.
how better or worse than it looks now, because now it's pretty phenomenal.
It looked almost as good.
My hair
you
smelled
go.
so bad. It was so long. I had to like bring it out. Like, oh god, let's slick that back. Yeah.
Jesus.
We didn't have we would take showers, but it was like not a real shower. It was like a hot bottle of water we'd leave in the sun and then pour it on top of you, lather up, and then take another one, and you hope that like it's enough because we're running low on water, boys.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas, motherfucker.
Ain't getting no shampoo out there either. I'm sure.
Oh no.
No, I remember like coming back from being out for like a week or so in Iraq, and you come back, haven't showered, doing the water bottle shower, and you be in this little trailer hut shower thing, and you get in, and there's literally mud everywhere because there's like. This is the cheapest shower ever made. The water actually, I think, is intended to go outside of the shower, not down into the sink. Yeah. And so there's water everywhere, and there's no concrete anywhere in Iraq, it seems like. And so everything has mud and dirt on it.
And it's that
powder
dust.
bullshit.
Yeah,
moon powder.
That fucking dust. You take a step in that, and you can see it just kind of rise.
Yeah, it goes like poof.
Or like a fog, and then it comes back down. Like it's the worst shit ever. And if you're in a convoy and you're gunning, or like for some reason you're outside of a vehicle, you just like literally it's like you get covered by the shit and it doesn't come off. But as you drive out somewhere, you're gonna hit that dust because it's fucking everywhere.
Yep.
So like, let's say you're gonna be out for a week, you have that fucking shit on you for a week because there's no showers out there. There's like bottles of water. Again, if you got enough water where you could take it.
Yeah, you're like, well, I need to drink this. So
yeah.
It's like the movie Dune. It's just all the dust is everywhere.
Worse.
Yeah, it is. And I remember like because it gets in everything, and you're like, what the fuck is in this dirt that I'm breathing in my lungs? And because that whatever's in that is like inside your lungs.
Also, and you would blow your nose, and it would be like hard rocks in there because that dust would get in your nose. It's disgusting. But also the thing that's crazy too is your weapon.
Oh god.
Oh yeah.
So that dust getting in your weapon.
Yeah.
Is this 50 cal going to work? Because I lubed it up and we did a test fire, but I also been driving around for an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Now you just have pure chalk. And
yeah.
I did clean like almost every single night. It came back because there's so much dirt on it, and like I don't want it to be the one time that I didn't clean it that it jams because I actually need it. So you're just always cleaning that shit, and you need that lube that it like falls off because there's a lot of the cheap ones it like collects on it.
Yeah, they also gave us that graphite. It's like the real and it was supposed to like. I mean, it worked whenever I needed it. Like, but I was super skeptical whenever they're like use this, and I was like, you mean I'm just putting more dust in my fucking weapon?
Yeah. No, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did you
overlooping?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you,
Zach knows.
yeah. Zach knows. Were you ever deployed for like a holiday, like Christmas?
Yeah, I have been obviously deployed for most people that if you do like 20, probably had deployed for like one of your holidays. But I had deployed through most of my holidays to where you'd forget what day it was. And I've even missed my birthday being like, and what I mean by a lot of people miss their birthdays. I meant I missed it because I didn't even know that was the day of my birthday. I wrote it like, oh, it's January 29th. Close school. And then my mom, I'm over on the other side of the world, so I'm a day ahead or a day behind. I can't remember which. And my mom emails me. She's like, happy birthday. And I was ahead. So my birthday had already happened the day before. And it's like back in Texas, it's my birthday. And I'm like, holy shit, it is my birthday. Wait a minute. That was yesterday. And I totally forgot which day it was.
What day's your birthday?
The 29th of January. Okay. But I do have a good Christmas story.
January 14th.
All the greats are born in January.
Yeah.
Patrick, me, Matt Smith, Yako, same day in January, wow. And Oprah Winfrey. So you got that.
Yeah, Oprah.
Fact.
Yeah, so I got a funny Christmas story. So we and I think there's a time of reciprocity where you can't be attacked. Maybe it's not, but this story might get me in trouble. I don't know. I don't think there's a statute on this one. So if I get in trouble, this is because of this podcast. So. I started out as a naval nuclear engineer, meaning that I went to nuke school in Charleston, South Carolina, and I ended up on aircraft carriers.
Well, how long ago did this story happen?
This was early on, so probably about 15 years ago.
Oh, we're good.
Yeah. Well, you think that? No, it didn't. Okay. It scared the shit out of everyone. So we're on a nuclear reactor. Obviously, there's no room for fucking about. No fuckery is allowed.
Which is hilarious. You're like a very big fuckery person.
Right. And so that's where it's like
Some would say the king of fuckery.
Yeah. And I feel like
Chris Kringle of fuckery.
Exactly. I'm like, I think I'm going to go crazy if I don't find at least some outlet for this fuckery. But I need to have collusion. I need the guys, my team, to not rat me out. So it's kind of like,
hey, listen, hold on.
Yeah,
this is just us here.
Yeah. So I got enough people in there. That I was like, okay, I could trust all you motherfuckers in here. I did, however, choke one of the guys out. He was an outlier, and I'm sitting in my chair where you're coordinating the reactor. And it's a side note, and this
big, like captain's chair, like
kind of thing, right?
Homer
Yeah,
Simpson,
yeah, very much so. But you have your team of guys operating everything. You're like sitting up in your little high chair watching everybody.
It's like Star Trek,
like NASA.
Exactly.
Exactly. Do this. Do this.
Yeah. And so this guy that's like the Spock guy,
Spock guy.
Yeah,
I was going to call him Spock.
Yeah. So one thing. So I was an officer in the military, and what you have is when you go in, especially when you're young. You have there's like a cockswinging contest. It's like,
sure.
What can I get away with this officer? Kind of push him around, and this is the nature of being an officer versus enlisted, right? And so I knew this guy, and he was testing out to see where the limits were.
1 second, hold on. What he's saying right now is a fucking fact.
Yeah, like which officers can we fuck with and get away with, or whichever officers are like a dick, or this is a cool guy. If you're figuring that out.
I was what you would call a habitual line stepper.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I was a young lieutenant's worst fucking nightmare.
Yeah, and so
I'm just thinking of all the jokes of like cock swinging in Navy, but
oh yeah, there's a lot more and cock stuffing. So this guy and I know exactly where this guy's coming from, and he keeps coming by
cock stuffing.
Yeah, and so
just in time for the holidays.
And he's bringing his cock holster by, and he keeps saying these things where it's like, I fuck you, and but then he starts doing the thing where he starts testing. He's like pushing, like kind of like a little tap. I know what you're up to. So finally, it gets to the point where I tell him like, listen, I know what you're doing. You do that again, I'm going to choke you out. But I'm not going to get out of my seat to do it. And he's like, ha, ha, ha. So he's a young buck, and I was like, I fucking knew he was going to do it. So I'm totally laying a trap, and I'm acting like I'm paying attention over here, but I see him out of my periphery, and I see him coming over. I knew exactly what he was going to do. So as soon as he puts his hands on me again.
Oh, he's literally...
Yeah, he's like
tapping you.
And he's like poking me, and I know what he's doing. And so as soon as he does it, I slide over and just like slide up on his coveralls and just fucking choke him out. But I didn't even lead. I caught him off guard so fast that I had him and just used his collars to choke him out. Then I just slowly like laid him on the ground.
That's and so impressive. But he's collar choking.
Yeah, but he's asleep, dude. And I lay him down. So he wakes up. He's like, and I said, pick up your shit and go back to work. So I didn't even make it a big deal, but I let him know. I was like, hey, I told you what I was going to do. I choked you out, and I get back to work. And I didn't know writing up or anything like that. And and that the guy didn't say shit. Went back to work.
That's the cool thing is he didn't say
more after that, did he?
Yeah. Well, the cool thing is he didn't say shit. Sometimes you do that to people, and they like go file a complaint.
Right,
You choke me
exactly.
unconscious.
Like, prove it, motherfucker.
Yeah, but on top of that, I was like, what are you going to say though?
In that building that he's in.
And I was
They're on a ship now.
And I was banking on the bet that he was like, what is he going to say? What started it? And he's like, I'm kind of self-incriminating myself, so I'm not going to do it.
If he touched you, I mean, you got
right.
choke him unconscious.
So fast forward, I have a good crew, and it's Christmas. And I'm like, fuck, it's Christmas. So you have this massive panel, just kind of like Star Trek style, with just all the lights blinking.
Are you on a boat right now?
I'm on a carrier on the Ronald Reagan. Actually, I'm in the middle of like the Persian Gulf or some shitty place, and
right, seventh Fleet.
Yeah, and Seventh Fleet and the Fifth Fleet. So Fifth Fleet's over there in Bahrain and shit. Seventh Fleet is like Southeast Asia. I'm one of those places.
All the energy just left my body.
I know. So
boats and shit.
This panel is like lights up like a Christmas tree, and I was like, what better thing to do at midnight on Christmas that we turn all the lights out and just turn the panel on and we sing a Christmas carol. But if the naval nuclear power saw that, everyone in there would have been fired on the spot. I'd been kicked off the ship. My whole career had been over. So you needed like people that were in on it. And so we did that and sang a Christmas carol. So no one ratted us out. Because before
until now.
Yeah, until now. Now you know.
Now all those guys getting fired.
Right. Well, I'd already had crossed the line, being, again, a habitual line stepper, I had set up a prank where we had these college kids. When you're in college and you're going to the military, like A&M or a service academy, like Air Force Military Academy or the Naval Academy, you get to your summers are spent doing like 4 weeks or so over in the military, so you can see what you want to do and experience. Like, I want to be on a ship, I want to be special warfare, infantry, whatever. And so we had these kids that were out of their fucking mind that wanted to be on nuclear reactors, which is horrible work. It's no thanks ever, and it's just miserable work.
You live under the ship.
Yeah,
the bowels of the
literally
ship, basically.
365, man. And so I'm like, what the fuck are y'all thinking? But I'm going to be objective.
You did it. You picked that.
I did. No,
they were thinking the same shit as you.
I was bamboozled, and there's a good story with that. But I was bamboozled into it.
My wife's cousin, he's like on a submarine. I don't know.
Yeah.
For like a whole year. I'm like, how do you do that?
Oh, it's horrible.
It sounds so horrible. And he's like a tall dude. Like he's like 6'5". Like I don't know how he's gonna fit.
Also, super sketchy just to be floating around, or not even floating because you're
sinking around,
just sinking around the ocean.
Yeah. Big metal pickle.
Yeah, like you see those fucking shows where like all these dudes are trapped in a submarine and like it gets hit and it starts going down. Like, hey, you guys are fucked.
Yeah, like you're gonna die. It's like, when the fuck has anyone ever been rescued off the bottom of any of the ocean, much like a lake?
I'm pretty sure never. That's what
oh my god, what's that movie
with the Titanic?
No, fuck, what's that?
But that's what we're talking about. They're saying like we can't even find like giant nuclear submarines.
Right.
We're never gonna find this little like private capsule, whatever
size of this table.
Yeah, that you're controlling with a remote control that you got off of Amazon.
An Alibaba one.
Yeah.
It wasn't even Xbox. Xbox one probably would have worked. This was like a
knockoff one.
Yeah, it was a universal remote.
Like a universal $20 Logitech remote.
Yeah, it really was.
What? I'm curious how much.
Oh, what they the aliens rescued those dudes off the bottom of the ocean in Abyss.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. That's pretty much your only hope, I think.
Aliens at the bottom.
Aliens to come get you. Yeah. I've always thought about like
Bermuda Triangle though to get that to happen, right?
No. They were in the Marianas Trench, I think.
Yeah.
That movie
Where the fuck is that?
Yeah, or the Meg. You get a big ass shark can come eat you.
Yeah. I wanted to do something epic. Like, I mean, how much does that suck? You're in the bottom of the submarine. You know you're not going to get rescued, and you're like, "Fuck, I'm just gonna die of like no oxygen or whatever."
A horrible way.
Maybe Jason Momoa will come save you.
Yeah,
slowly just
or
fall asleep.
They're the same.
Yeah, you're just gonna fall asleep because as the CO2 builds up in your body, you just get really tired and you fall asleep. But
you'll be out before you die.
For sure.
Die for sure.
I mean, it's like, why? That's not very epic, though. You know, I don't want to die.
Not that bad. Like,
that's why I joined the infantry.
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Minus the fact of knowing that you're gonna die.
Yeah.
For hours.
Yeah, but because those guys on the one down the commercial one, they died instantly. That thing collapsed on them. They said that like milliseconds they were dead.
I don't know. I thought they said they heard like a bunch of like
no
at radio.
No. They apparently
I think there's a lot of confusion about what.
Yeah, apparently they knew that they were dead for like a couple days. They just didn't release it.
It's been a real downer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
All right,
And they need the news cycle to keep going, to keep us distracted. That's something else.
There's
Hunter Biden's.
definitely something else going on. All right,
there was something going on. They released that to distract from something else. Not for sure what it was. I can't remember.
we're not conspiracy theorists. We're just probably
We're just realistic.
Yeah. Just
We're
being
just
realistic.
just realistic. Especially
Like the whole thing about the aliens being like real. All of a sudden, they released that for like random.
Oh yeah.
Like why did they all of a sudden release that shit?
I mean, not me, but a lot of the guys here, I'm sure, have worked in counterintelligence, and I'm sure that's like #1 in the playbook. Like, let's tell people about aliens, and then like
Look at this shiny thing
slip
over
in
here.
this other thing that's like really epic news that everyone's gonna care about.
We're gonna say this one person did something really bad because this other person really did something bad,
Right.
and we're trying to distract with this.
All right.
Yeah.
I think we definitely hit a downer, and now we're getting way too conspiracy theory, I think, for the podcast.
I don't think that. Well, let's hold on. I don't think they're called conspiracy theories anymore. I think they're called spoiler warnings.
Yeah.
Or spoiler alerts.
I like
Spoiler alert.
But
All right.
I think
I like Carl's shenanigans.
Exactly. Carl's shenanigans are pretty great, and he's got some epic pranks that he's pulled. So maybe what's like one of your favorite pranks?
Well, there's a lot. I'll start back.
He
Young
fucking
buck.
he pranked himself today with
Yeah.
that sweater.
Yeah, and almost lost my ability to drive home because my arms didn't work anymore.
That
Or
and the
pull down my
like,
zipper.
lift weights, pick up a cup
Yeah.
of coffee. You
Yeah,
threw
go to the bathroom.
a full body tourniquet on your chest.
Yeah.
I heard that's bad.
Yeah, it is. So time appropriate Army Navy game just recently. Navy
who
against
won
sucked
that?
eggs. I think Army did. I always go. You can always tell who has a better uniform. Usually ends up winning. And like multiple years in a row, Navy's really effed up the uniform.
You didn't like
Army
the
legit.
sonar waves that
No.
were hand painted on the stupid ass
So
helmets?
stupid, right?
Yeah,
The
yeah.
third ID one was way better.
Yeah, bro, they went like that. Like they went
Rock of the Marne.
Yeah, bro, and they went like tan, not coyote, but they went like tan because
Good.
coyote's not a real thing. They went tan,
Coyote's
and there was
not
like
real.
it was like that, like everything was
Coyote's
like
not real.
matte,
No.
like the black was even
Yeah.
matte. It was
Little
fucking
wolves.
Good shit,
dope,
man.
dude.
The tiny wolves, not real.
Yeah,
not real.
but anyway, so I went to the Naval Academy for college, and when you're there, it's basically a big frat house that you're supposed to get an education at the same time. And when Army Navy week comes, that's the most times you get to mess around, and it's the week leading up to it. And what we do is, like, as a freshman, you're called a plebe, which is Greek for a slave. But that you go
They're
there.
trying to hide it.
Yeah, and the upperclassmen, sophomore to senior, all just just give you shit the entire year. Well, Army Day week's the one time to get back after buddy, and so you can pull a bunch of shenanigans and tricks. And so we had the whole time my mind's racing. And so one of the good ones, there's multiple from that whole week of fuckery, but that. The guy across the hall from me. So you live in a big dormitory, so to speak, and upperclassmen and freshmen all live in the same place all 4 years. And so across the hall from me was a junior and his two roommates. And those dudes sucked something awful. Like the worst dudes. Like everyone knew that this one guy had been selected to go in the Marine Corps infantry. We're like, that motherfucker is going to die first year in combat, and it's going to be from holes in his back. Like his whole fucking guys are going to shoot the shit out of this guy because he fucking sucks.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I will not mention his name, but
He knows.
But you know who you
but
are.
You know who you are, you motherfucker.
I know you're listening to this shit too.
Yeah, and so
One of the 1,000.
so the entire like freshman
me,
group in this group, so it's about 30 of us. Are like, we got to fucking bring this
Is it
guy
like
down.
30 freshmen.
No, so let me see. It's actually 32 divided by so about 50. It's probably 50 in each group. So you have 32 companies.
In group. Okay,
Yeah, so you kind of
I
run
thought
in
the whole
company.
Naval Academy.
No.
That's
You got about
insane.
1,200 freshmen.
That makes more sense.
And so what we did was, is middle of the night, he's sleeping, and this is a multiple phase attack. So the first thing you do is very quietly, you take a shaving cream can with a nail in it, and you tie it up and you to the ceiling, and you turn it really tight. So when you pull that pin out, that nail, it's going to shoot shaving cream everywhere. The next piece of that, though, is that where we then went to the breaker, that went to the entire section of the rooms, and to turn that breaker off. On top of that, we took some rope, and the doors open in. So if the door was tied to our door, when he goes to pull it, he's pulling our door shut. So there's no way he can get it open. So then we took, hey, help, my booty hole's being attacked, one of those whistles, grape whistles, and we took that. So when everything was ready to execute, guys on the breaker, hits the breaker, and then we take the whistle, pull the pin on it, toss it in there. So it's just like, and we pull the nail out of the shaving cream. So then we close the door. So as those roommates are trying to figure out where the light is, they hit it, and there's no lights on. And it's just shitting shaving cream over the entire fucking room.
Was it the fucking Barbasol shaving cream?
Yes. And all the computers are in there. I mean, it got over everything with zero disregard. And they're yelling. And until that whistle's done, it's just, they can't get the fuck out of there. They can't turn the lights on. They can't find out where the whistle is because it's so fucking loud.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
It was slipping everywhere because
yeah.
of shaving cream everywhere.
And then but what we had to do was, okay, we had to let him out. But we had to do it in a way that they couldn't tell who did it or who was responsible. So we cut the rope and we were all like hiding in our rooms so that they couldn't technically say, I know you did it, because there's no way they could say we did it. So fast forward, that's one of the things. Another one we did to this guy was we
Same guy.
Same guy. This
Was it the same week too?
Oh yeah, yeah. He didn't sleep this entire week.
Good fuck you.
We would wait till the middle of the night and we'd fuck with him. We're a fuck school. Like, it's worth making sure this guy doesn't sleep for literally 5 days straight. And so the next thing we did was we took some porn. I didn't buy it.
Not just him, his roommates too. Fuck all the
Yeah, they were collateral, to this whole thing. Yeah.
They're like your friends. This
This is what you get for being his roommate. And so we took
you select your
somehow, maybe it wasn't me, maybe it was the guy that ended up being gay in our group, somehow found male porn. This is back when a lot of it was in publication form. And so we took that.
Oh, back
Where you can actually buy
before
physical
porn was
copies.
Yeah.
Before it was on the internet.
Took it, and then we waxed it into his deck, and so like his floor. So we took mop and glow, and we waxed these pictures into his floor. Oh my God! But the
You
next,
would go to jail now for shit like that.
this is just good old wholesome fun. Back
It
then,
sounds like
old-fashioned
very
fuckery.
much fun back then.
Yeah.
Probably like a hate crime now. Or something.
yeah, late '90s. This is just razzmatazz.
Yeah, just those crazy kids.
It's just
Yeah.
little razzmatazz.
You know?
Wait, so you waxed it into.
Yeah.
How long did this
hilarious.
take?
It doesn't take that long. A lot less time than you'd think.
Yeah, mop goes fast, bro.
So then on top of that, it's wintertime, right? So it's December. So all the the leaves have fallen from the trees. So we took bags and bags of leaves, brought them in there, dumped them on his floor.
my God.
So to where the leaves
Didn't even know that shit was there.
No, they're at the height of his desk. So he comes in, he can't even get the door open barely because there's so many fucking leaves in there.
How pissed was he?
Oh, he was furious. He's like opens the windows, like having to throw him out the window. But little does he know that when he finally gets all the leaves out, there's fucking male porn like all on his deck.
He's got to take that shit off.
Yeah, but then he has to get it off. So he's like, fuck, then fuck, when he finally gets it. So that was one of the pranks. Another prank.
Actually, that's two of the pranks.
That's two.
Yeah.
Honestly, I almost already feel bad for this guy. But
Oh, no, I remembered his name. I'm not going to say it, though.
Will you
Yeah.
tell us off camera?
Yeah,
Sounds like
it was Ass Clown. And so,
That's his name.
Yeah.
His mom named him Ass Clown.
yeah.
he lived up to it.
So another one
First
was,
name Ass, second name Clown.
Yeah.
If you had a Lieutenant Clown in the Marines.
so my roommate was from West Virginia, and he came back. So
Where the gay porn mags came from. Huh?
probably so, yeah, gay cousin porn, and he comes back. And so West Virginia, we're back there for Christmas, for Thanksgiving. He comes back, and he had a deer head that he had brought back for this very thing. And so we took it.
Didn't kill it. Found on the side of the road.
What is the level
Salt it
of
off.
like what does the deer head look like? Like there's still all the meat and stuff on it.
It's just the noggin, it fits
just
just a
the
little
skull.
box, yeah,
Just the skull.
but with the fur on it. Though it's
So
basically
literally, he cut the head off of it, and he's got the head.
So
in the
it still
truck.
has all the meat.
Yeah,
his-
the most West Virginia shit I've
Yeah.
ever heard in
Some
my
brains
life.
in it and shit.
yeah. His kappa was tated. He did.
It's currently going rancid with
Kappa was taken. What a goddamn! I've never thought that was gonna happen. A dude in a fucking Christmas sweater that he stole from some old lady.
right?
Yeah,
Referencing Michael Scott.
Yeah,
His kappa was tated.
with the black rifle hat on.
Yeah, exactly. Pretty par for the course. So we had to put it on outside the door, and it said to his name, and it was from the North Pole, from Santa Claus.
Oh, it's wrapped too?
Yeah, it was in a box, like a package. So he opens it up, and he's like, "Ah!" It's this deer head.
Just like how on Happy Gilmore,
Oh, yeah.
where
Horrible.
No, that's-
I like on Happy Gilmore, Chubbs opens up the box and
Oh yeah,
heads in
like,
it.
he would have flipped out the window. But like this was so wrapped in like to where it wouldn't stink up. But he opens it up and he screams. So he goes running out because he can't, like, for good reason. There's a dead deer head in his fucking box. So he leaves to go get someone to, like, because we're gonna get in trouble. So we run in there, sneak in, and we steal it back. So he brings someone in. He's like, "Come look at this. It's not fucking there." He's like, "What the fuck?" Yeah. So we take it.
He's gaslight the fuck out of this guy.
Yeah, we're like, I don't know what you're talking about. Plain stupid. He's like, what the fuck? I know his sword is here. So anyway, this comes into play, though. It's a good thing we stole it back because this girl, one of the upperclassmen, comes and she stole all of this is back when you had the balls in your mouse and you had to use it,
Yeah.
And the thing always gets dirty and doesn't work and you have to
She
take it out and
stole
clean
those
it.
from you?
She went to all the freshmen while we're in class and stole the mouse balls out of everyone's mouse.
Kind
Mice
of funny,
out of
but
their mice.
honestly, in comparison, seems like a weak.
Oh, it's extremely weak. Well, we know she has it, and we're like, it was like, I forgot how we knew, but we knew, and she was our next door neighbor on the next door, not across the hall. So there was catwalks on all the roofs. They had like fake tiles, and you could get around. This is so not safe to today
just
when you got
sneak into
creepers.
other people's roofs? What?
Yeah. Again, there was a level of trust that's no longer there anymore. So what we did was
For this reason.
yeah. So what we did is she was on the bunk bed. She was like, maybe like 2 feet between her head and the ceiling. We put the deer head outside of the box, just the deer head on the ceiling tile right over her pillow. And so it stinks so fucking bad. It's like 70 degrees in, the heaters are going, heating this dead deer head.
Oh my
and she's
God.
like, what is causing this smell? What did y'all do? We're like, I don't know what you're talking about. 'Cause-
We don't smell
and,
anything.
dude,
Weird.
it is.
You think something smells in here?
Yeah. So we're like, I can't smell anything. And we're like, and it is like gagging us. It's like bad. And so we had to play. And so finally she's like the next day, she's like, I can't take it. Fine, here. She gives us the whole box of mouse balls back. So we give it back to everybody else. We left it there because we had to leave it just to be like, I don't know what you're talking about. Then we couldn't stand it, couldn't sleep at night. So we took the thing out.
Okay, this is,
Sleeping into your room then. At that
Yeah,
point.
it was. Yeah. So that was one.
you didn't sneak. I'm surprised,
Actually, that was 3.
There's 3.
I'm surprised you
There's
didn't
another one.
sneak
Another
the
one.
head back
Yeah.
into his room.
Yeah, we were going to,
get
but
there.
it's like we knew that he was on the lookout.
Got it.
So the last one we got to pull because finally he's like went on the offensive, and we're like, all right,
How
fuck
could you
this
not
guy.
at this point?
Yeah. Well, he didn't. He thought it'd be like one and done. Right.
Yeah.
When it was the whole week of like planned attacks over and over, he was finally delirious and was like losing his shit and was like, "Fuck it, you guys, I'm coming."
Was
after
his like comebacks like super lame? Like,
Oh, it's so lame.
Yeah.
That so lame that one of my classmates, she was a volleyball player in her class. She had that dude in a headlock, and like, there's nothing he could do about it. Like, just a shitty dude that had no upper body strength apparently. And so while he's sleeping, the last thing, this is the straw that broke the camel's back. This is what mentally broke him. So he's sleeping, also top bunk bed, crawled around, and I had a whole can.
Carl took a shit.
Yeah, right on his face. We had a can of Crayola.
I know you, Carl, under that butthole.
I recognize that. Funny story. I have another story about that.
Oh, all right.
But we had this Crayola paint, and it's called smurfing. So what you do is you take like blue powder paint that you mix water with to paint with. You just take the powder and you poof it on him while he's sleeping, and so you don't feel it. So then you take a whole bucket of ice water, like water and ice in it, and just dump it on him.
That's what ice water is. Water and ice.
Most people, it wasn't icy water; it had ice in it.
Got it,
You know,
got it.
so it goes all on his bed, all his sheets, but everything turns blue. So he like comes out screaming. He's literally blue from top to bottom.
Look like
And
a Smurf.
Yeah, and what the fuck? But all his shit sweat. He can't sleep in the bed anymore. And meanwhile, our buddy's like sneaking down through the catwalk so he can jump out and not get caught. And that was like, he finally said, fuck it, I've had it, I quit. I'm like, there's no quitting on this. And he
Better get a hotel room, bitch.
yeah, mentally broke him.
How long did it take you guys to like plan this? Like,
Pretty instantaneously.
Yeah. It was-
When you want to do something devious, it comes up pretty quick.
but when there's also a piece of shit who's going to be like a lieutenant over like infantry,
Yeah.
dudes, it's real. It sucks.
Yeah.
It's real easy to like be like, how can we make this shit as hard as possible?
Yeah, and we also kind of planned it because you knew that week was coming. So the entire fall, this guy's being an asshole. We were thinking everything was building up to this week to fuck with him.
so you came up with the ideas. They're probably pretty easy, but you're like, what should we do? Like you're like, maybe some came up and like, we'll do this one's better.
And we're like,
tanks on.
And then he'd do something egregious, and we're like, we got to up the ante. You know?
Then your buddy gets a deer head, and you're like, this is perfect.
Yeah. He also put the doe scent or musk on the radiator in his room, so it just smelled like piss. Oh. Yeah, there was a lot of things we did this guy to break.
Poor guy. Not poor guy. Ass clown.
Yeah, ass clown. Yeah, there's more of that comes as I grew in my military career. There's other fuckery
more hijinks
that I did. Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah,
that was pretty good.
I'm just picturing this guy doing like this Mission Impossible-esque like operation from like the ceiling tile.
That's
oh yeah. And the key was to not get caught, because like if you're like, he was so discombobulated, he didn't think where did the water come from. You know, he got doused because all he had to do was literally go. The guy was above him, and he was so freaked out that it got wet, and he's like shit all over him that
falls out of his fucking bed.
Yeah, right. Because it's not like
coon.
How would you? Otherwise, like you would have had to break into his room, and like I feel like that's harder, right? Like lock, I imagine.
Yeah. So what you do when people would lock themselves in the room, you take pennies, and it's called penny them in, and you jam the pennies into the door jamb between the lock, and if you do the whole door jamb, it's physically impossible to open the door. And so, it's called
how long does that take to fill the door with pennies?
Very long, and especially you get caught most times.
Genius.
Yeah, it's that's the most risky of them all, because
we kind of did that
exposed out there.
We kind of the Connexes you stay in when you're deployed. We took 100-mile-an-hour tape. We took like 50 rolls of this shit and 100-mile-an-hour tape somebody in their fucking Connex Jew. They couldn't get out, and they were claustrophobic. They hated it.
Well, I did that to my roommate. Fast forward, I'm in Hawaii, and I took duct tape, but I had it all facing in, and it had the door shut. So then I had the guy pass an emergency alarm, like we were in port and he was sleeping, but he should be working. So I got it cleared that we can run a drill, quotation mark, ran the alarm, and everyone I had standing outside my room. So as soon as he opens the door, he comes running out, ran right into the duct tape. It was like caught in it from head to toe, and he was a small little dude. So he literally, as his momentum took him through that, so it really wrapped around him like a cargo net of duct tape on his entire body. In his hair too, which ripped out his hair.
We would do like nothing that crazy, but like you would go like somebody would take the hole punch, the little pieces like the confetti from that, and then we'd like get their keys and we'd stick them in their AC vents.
Oh yeah.
So they got to the car and they turn it on. They'd be
exactly,
and then it's all over your car. One of my buddies called me like a week ago. Was like, "Hey, bro, like." I'm still finding those fucking hole punches. It was like 8 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, buy a new car.
It's the only way to get rid of them at this point.
Dude, it's like if someone breaks into your car, like you find glass for the rest of the time you have the car.
Or
you can't get rid of that glass.
Yeah. Another one is freezing their PC.
Yeah.
So like you take their PC, like their hat, you take it on Friday. Mm-hmm. You tell staff duty every day to put more water in. So it's just this big block of ice when they come to work on Monday.
Yeah. Like I did some throughout my entire career, right? And as I got older, I was like, I had to be more judicious about the pranks I pull because you're supposed to be responsible.
Because that's also like now that's called assault.
Oh, right, I know exactly. So I was able to get away with a lot.
That's
when I was
assault,
younger.
brother.
And one of the ones that was very mild but was hilarious was it was a two-parter. So I'm going through nuke school early on, straight out of college, and hating life. I'm like, so I got bamboozled. That's another story for another day.
Oh yeah.
And I'm in the program. I'm like, this fucking sucks. Just as much. This is the whole reason why I didn't want to do this. And I'm failing the fuck out of it to where I'm there when the school starts, which is at 5, and it closes at 10 every single day for 6 months straight. Yeah. And I'm putting an amount of mad hours in there. So anyway, most people that go into that kind of program are way smarter than me, and for a reason. And but most nerds don't usually equate to being athletes. Yeah. So they usually eat unhealthily. So they had more candy machines and soda machines than any place I'd ever been to in the military to keep these nerds well fed. And
Mountain Dew.
I imagine at the where it used to be Fort Knox, where they had the tank school at.
Yeah,
I imagine there's a bunch of fucking candy machines there too.
For sure.
Tankers love their fucking vending.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah. And so I remember the reason it stuck out to me so much is that it was by the restrooms, and you came out. There were so many machines there that they had to have like a 4-foot gap off the back of the machines because they were overheating because there were so many in this bank of soda machines. So I get this idea, being like, rather than studying, I was like, what can I do as an outlet of the pranks I want to pull? And so I say, fuck it, to one of my study in the mornings. I'm there as soon as class opens, and I go behind the soda machine. And I'm standing behind that whole thing, and you can't see behind the soda machine coming out of the bathroom, so no one knows I'm there. And I'm just standing there waiting for all the sodas to drop. And you can hear like a 1 drop, 2 drop, and then you hear dun, 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 dun. So that means most of the class, the kids are showing up for school. That's when I untuck my uniform, and I come running out, my hair all messed up. And I'm like, what fucking time is it? I was like, oh my God, I overslept. And I go, without saying anything, I run down the hall. And everyone's standing there with like their candy and their sodas, like, what the fuck was that? And I go running in, and I just go back to studying the rest of the day. Well, in the middle of the day, the door knocks at our classroom, and there's this officer. It says, is Lieutenant Kringle in here? I'm like, I am. And I'm like, what the fuck did I do? Because there's classified material. Yeah, because there's classified material there, and that they you have to have it locked up. And so if you don't lock it up, you get your ass handed to you. And so I thought
you're only supposed to be there like certain hours.
Right.
Like you have to like key in and out.
Right, exactly. And I had thought I had left something out, so I was getting my ass handed to me. And I come out there, I say, yes, sir. He said, hey, I heard you pulled a prank this morning. And I was like, oh, no. He said, I've been told that you're sleeping here overnight. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, someone saw you run behind the soda machines. And I'm concerned that you're sleeping here at night so you can study. I was like, no, I did a prank. And he said, oh, dude, that's awesome. And he said, would you be up for faking an injury or a sickness so we can run one of our drills for what you do when someone gets, when a student gets injured or ill for our emergency response team? I was like, absolutely. And he says who the teacher was. I'm like, fuck this guy. Bobby Middleton. I do remember your name, buddy.
And he did say.
Yeah, he was
hold back on that one.
Yeah, Lieutenant Middleton was his name, but his first name was Bobby. He's the same rank as me, but he's a teacher. So when he introduces himself to us, because he was a really, really smart person, picked up out of college, whatever their doctorate was, and was brought in solely to teach. His military career was just as a teacher, his entire career. So he has zero combat experience, and never have combat experience, but he's an officer just in uniform, not in experience,
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Yeah, exactly. So he said,
someone has to teach them about nukes.
And he was from Tennessee.
True.
He's Middleton.
They should have had Carl do it.
Bro, Middleton, Tennessee. So I still remember this dude.
Carl could, I don't know.
Yeah.
Carl would have been teaching.
Wait, his name is
Yeah.
the same as this town?
Yeah.
Wait, no.
Bobby Middleton from Middleton, Tennessee. How you doing? My name is Bobby Middleton. You can call me Lieutenant or Lieutenant Middleton or Mr. Middleton.
Did his
and I'm
family
like,
own the town?
yeah,
Like, oh.
I don't know. And so he's like, I'm like, bro, your name is Bobby because you're the same rank as me, and I'm not going to call you Mr. Lieutenant or any of that bullshit. So because that's how he was. So fast forward.
Your name is Professor Dickweed.
Yeah, exactly, right? And so when I found out that was a class we're running the drill on, I was like, you're fucking done. Oh, yeah. So I go.
Carl's like, fucking send it.
Yeah.
This is Christmas for Carl. He's like,
oh, yes, it was. He didn't even know what he did for me. So I go and I go to the candy bar machine and I get a Snickers. This comes into play. I smash the shit out of it. All right.
Because you wouldn't eat one.
Fast
you're not
forward.
one of those nerds.
Right. So fast forward. I'm in class and during the break, I know they're about to run it because I'm looking at the clock. I'm like, so he leaves like, hey, real quick. I'm going to fake an injury and fake an illness. None of you freak out. This is to test him. Because I didn't want the class freaking out that I was sick, just him. So sure enough, he comes back in, and I look out the window, and I see that guy that had come to me earlier with his whole inspection team, the training team to see how he does with their clipboards and their notepads and shit. And so he nods at me, and I'm like, it's go time. So I go, and I fall over, and I take the Snickers, and I put it behind my ass on the ground.
Just a little straight up Caddyshack.
Yeah,
Caddyshack, is that
exactly.
right?
Yeah. And so everyone's like, oh, my God, looks like Carl is sick. Hey, he's like, no, that's Kringle. Come on, get up, get in your chair, Kringle. And said, no, oh, my belly. I'm just making noises, acting like I'm sick or in pain. And the guy next to me, Brian Melikar, that motherfucker, grabs...
Grab you as well, Brian.
Yeah, fuck you. Because he grabs one of these pokers, those wood sticks when the teachers teach on a chalkboard, they point at stuff. He takes it and starts whipping me with it. He's like, look, see, he's sick, he's hurt. And I'm like, fuck you. And he's just hitting me with this motherfucker. And so And he's like,
How do they convince you that they're sick?
yeah. And he's like, look.
Because obviously if he wasn't sick, he wouldn't let him in.
Yeah. And so I told Melikar, I was like, he's like, well, what's wrong with you? I was like, tell him I have spastic bowels. So he's like, look, he shit himself. And he's like pointing at the Snickers as he's hitting me with this fucking stick. And so the guy's like, nah, man, that's just Kringle. He's just playing around. So the guy, finally, the inspector comes in. He's like, stop. Shouldn't you be doing something for this sick student? And his eyes like open up wide and looks at him. He's like, oh shit. So he runs to the back of the room where the phone is, and you're supposed to key it. You click the button and then you let it go, and you talk to the front desk where they're supposed to get the hospital, like to the ambulance and stuff. So he won't let it go. So all this poor person at the front desk see the emergency line going off. He's just going ding 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 because he can't talk. So finally he lets it go, and he hears this person in the middle of their conversation. What's wrong? I don't know, because that person is completely clueless too about what's going on. So this guy starts yelling, Kringle's down! and someone's like, what? He's like, where are you? He's like, I'm in class 212, Kringle's down. Send help. And he's like, what's wrong with him? He's like, I don't know. He looks back he's like, what's wrong with him? And Melkar's like, he has spastic bowels. He got spastic bowels. Send help, quick. And so the teachers finally like, stop. Come out, and they had a debrief on that. And he comes back in so embarrassed. And he's like, man, I tell you what, if it had been anybody other than Kringle, I would have taken the right actions. But I thought it was Kringle, And so I took that Snickers, I put it in a Ziploc bag, and I stapled it to his desk so that
to the desk.
Yeah, so that he had that nice little forget-me-not. He kept it the entire season I was there. The entire school season, he had that turd.
Reminder to fuck.
Yeah.
Hey, just because you're an asshole doesn't mean you don't deserve medical assistance.
To be fair,
exactly, right?
To be fair, he was right. You were just fucking around.
I was.
But you were because you were told to.
Yeah.
The thing, though, too, in the military, when you have to do something like that, and they pick the perfect person, it's not going to go great for whoever's being graded.
They know what they're doing.
That was an Oscar-worthy
Yeah, but also, like, it's like whenever you, like...
Have you played Casualty before in the trauma
No.
classes?
No,
You'd be like,
I imagine that, like, exactly how you're explaining it is how I think that you, like, acted it out, which just makes it more...
I fucking hate that shit.
Yeah.
But anytime someone has to be a casualty, especially, like, whenever it's, like, one of your boys, and they're, like, overselling it, you're like, dude, fucking stop.
Yeah.
Your leg doesn't work. I don't need the rest of that shit that you're doing. And I've done this for real before.
Yeah.
So fuck you. Just lay there, and I'm going to put this tourniquet so fucking tight around your leg that that motherfucker ain't never coming off.
Now, see, I think that's... I get it for you, right? Because, like you're saying, like, you've been there, like, you've seen it before. But when we do it here at Sheepdog, like, that's kind of what people...
No, hey, listen, I get it. I understand what they're doing and what you're doing. I just fucking hate it.
I've heard... Lee was telling me stories about when her daughter was, like, here doing it. And, like, she's, like, a performing artist.
Yeah.
And, like, she was, like, crying for help. No one came to help her. She's like, I'm over here, like, crying.
Yeah.
I'm like, someone's there. Can I say something? I'm like, I can't imagine.
Sophia
So
and
good.
Yako's kids too.
Yeah.
Kali, she'll up real good.
Yeah.
I'm like a casually next to her. I'm just like,
Yeah. Kayako got the cops called on us.
I'm like,
Wait,
I need to be good acting.
Yeah,
for her.
Kayako got the cops called on us because he's out waving the gun outside, and Splash Shack came in like there's someone raising like the dude's the nice. He's in Crocs. He's got his braided hair, and he has a blue plastic gun. And he said someone's trying to shoot up SDR. I'm like, seriously?
This is also like
Racist.
Not the place that someone would
they'll
know.
probably take care of it. They'll take some take some report afterwards.
That's so surprising because
They also weren't they like some dudes weren't they like mean to Tim too?
Yeah,
probably
Like also like
the cops they're doing a drill there, and they were mean to him. He's like, seriously? Cool. Yeah.
I thought you could just walk around with guns in Texas. Tim had me like bring out like some like long guns to his car one time.
Yeah.
I felt so weird being from the Northeast. Like you can't just walk around with guns. I'm like, what do we do
can.
with this? He's like, you just throw it in the front seat. I'm like, I'm like walking around like this, like two like ARs. I'm like, this feels like someone's gonna.
You can do it though. You just have to be careful about how it appears that you are to other people.
Yeah.
And the more and more people who are less educated, the more you're gonna get calls like that.
the more people that move here from California, the more we get in trouble for walking around with long guns.
Facts. Facts.
I didn't say that, but you're probably not wrong about
Yeah,
that.
yeah. It's like at we have a fucking gun store. How do you think we get guns from point A to point B?
No, for
you
sure.
carry them.
In discreet little boxes, obviously.
Sometimes not.
Sometimes not. Yeah.
Definitely a lot.
Sometimes
of
it's just
times
a truck bed full of guns. You just have to pull it in.
not. Yeah.
Yeah. The best is whenever he's like, Ty, go get those guns out of my truck.
Yeah.
You're like,
Yeah, I know.
Those guns are
Yeah.
too heavy for Ty.
Sure. Poor Ty.
Yeah.
But
Who also might be one of the hardest working people
Oh, for
here
sure.
at Sheepdog.
Doesn't ask for anything, just keeps cranking.
Yeah, yeah. You come back, you're like, how's it going? He's like, good. I'm like,
I want to get Ty on the podcast, but he's always so busy. I'm
we
like,
do have to get Ty on the podcast.
oh, I want to get Ty and Cody
Oh, yeah.
Same time.
And then
at the
them
same
fight it
time,
out.
and then have them talk shit to each other. They again, though, we talked about this. If they fought, Cody wins because Cody's a trained fighter, and Ty just puts shit in boxes back here
Oh,
for
for
us. But I told him that I will be Ty's champion.
That being said, no, but then Cody's like, okay, then I picked him. So
Yeah,
it doesn't really
yeah.
work out. You're like, I will be.
It's basically
No, God, no, I won't be. Not in a fight. Straight up like gi jiu-jitsu match is gonna be pretty close.
Yeah.
if he
No,
can
yeah.
punch you though, it's over.
Yo, God, no.
We-
We
but-
talked about this. Me and like he would run through me, but I don't think Tim like does that. He's like, I'm good. We'll just do jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's heard-
Which plays in my favor because if there was punches and kicks involved, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
If fucking Ty, find a new champion. Yeah.
Sacrificial lamb.
Ty will be good though, because Ty, although he doesn't train, he's like super into UFC. So we can.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, get him in here.
It'd be good.
But again, though, when we do that, the fight companion, like, it's gonna be good.
Yeah.
Because we're gonna have Andrew here. We'll have Ty, Cody.
yeah.
Yako.
He can,
Yako,
yeah,
really.
Yako. We can have him make fucking Christmas punch for no
Yeah.
goddamn
Make the
reason.
damn
They get-
window drink.
yeah, we'll
Yeah.
get them.
Only if you're
get it
gonna
fired
wear
up.
maybe this or like maybe not this and then like a little bow tie. As
Yeah.
you make everyone.
Oh,
drink.
yeah, we can make everyone dress nice.
Hey, no. So what we're gonna do? Those. I'm gonna go to the
Tuxedo
class.
shirts.
I'm gonna go to the class 6
Swayze
on
song, yeah.
at Fort Cavassis or Cavassier or whatever they're calling it now.
Yes, yeah, that's right. Cavassier.
It's Fort Hood. And I'm gonna go to the class 6 there, and I'm gonna get the Patriot Special, like all of your major liquors. So I'll get vodka,
yeah.
I'll get tequila, I'll get
Yeah.
rum, I'll get
Gin.
gin. But I'm gonna get the Patriot Special ones because they
Yeah.
come in like a plastic jug.
That's how you know it's good.
yeah, and like not middle shelf, not top shelf. That shit's underneath the
Yeah.
shelf.
You're like, you have to get down on your
Hey,
knee
bottom.
to see where the fuck it is.
Under the cabinet.
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
difficult to grab it.
Yeah.
It's so shitty.
Yeah. Fucking horrible shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're gonna get fucked up making Bueno drinks.
Hell yeah.
That sounds super fun. But
Let's find a good card for that one though.
yeah, we're
Yeah, the one on the 15th, I think, is fire, bro. Or we could do it for UFC 300. That'd be dope too.
That's
That would
it.
be-
Carl can dress like a Spartan.
Yeah, that's gonna be some good shit.
Ooh,
300.
I like it.
They already
Like-
got Bo Nichols confirmed, but no
yes,
partner.
Let's do 300.
Yeah.
I like
I
that.
like it. Play it
Tentatively.
tentatively.
Yeah.
Or we'll just do it before then, and then we'll do it for that one too, because we'll have the kinks
Yeah.
worked out.
But that does make sense. A
point.
Spartan for 300. Get it?
Yep.
Good
You could
reference.
basically wear this, honestly. This is close
Basically.
enough.
Basically, right.
Yeah. Then you can front kick me.
Deal. Because while I am one of the only people at SDR who hasn't been in the military, I do outrank you in jiu-jitsu. So even though you have like 60 pounds on me, I still
At least.
put up a good fight.
Oh yeah.
So listen,
Pancake coming.
we're gonna have to do the first one for that one on the 20th because it's the Strickland Duplessis fight.
That'd be a good fight.
Yeah.
That'd be a good fight. All right,
work it out
but
later.
we're getting close to time. This is one of the longest ones, but I would like to go out on a little Christmas thing. And while we tried the holiday ones, other than Carl's like weird every year same gift thing, do you
Yeah.
get like real? Do you get other gifts?
I
that are
do.
real? Okay.
But that is, I never really.
But all of it's from like the produce section of the grocery
Yeah.
store.
I'm like, what happened that year where like,
Can you?
this is it? This is the
Are you
one.
going home for Christmas? Can you ask
Man.
your mom why?
Yeah.
Has anyone ever asked her why it's the same thing every year?
No, and I
That's
think my
rude.
sister did once, and they're like, "Oh, you don't want your gifts?" I think that was like the reply, and then we shut the fuck up.
That makes sense. Are you
yeah.
you're from Texas?
I am.
Lottery
That
ticket.
does
Small fart of a town of south of Houston,
that does sound like
Angleton, Texas.
unsouthern.
How far is it from Rosenberg?
About 30 minutes south.
I know.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice.
So it's like that whole. Is it one of those like Lagrange, Schulenburg?
Yeah, just like
town
hitting
on the
those
way
roads.
there?
Yeah. It's just,
There's so many small towns on the way to Houston
Right.
off of like I-10.
yep, exactly. You just pop off.
But also
highway.
so many delicious places to eat
Yeah.
Texas has some of the best food.
Angleton does not have those places. We've got ourselves a Chili's.
Ooh,
and
classy.
Yeah, that's kind of like in Fort Huachuca, and you go there. I was like, hey, where's the classy place to go out to tonight? My first week there. It's Friday night, ready to get after it. They're like, if you're looking for like a good time and like a classy joint, Applebee's. Like,
hey, listen, if you're talking shit about Applebee's right now, I'll fight you.
Hey, well, speaking of that, as a side digress, because I love going on rabbit holes, I cannot think of Chili's without thinking about the two ladies that I worked with in my last time in the Navy. They asked me, like, what do you think of Chili's? Do you ever go? I was like, maybe every once in a while. Well, apparently there is a group of women out there that associate your feelings on anal sex is correlated for those that like to go to Chili's. So apparently they have some, have the crazy hot matrix. Yeah. There's a lesser known matrix of Chili's to butt sex. And that those that don't like to go to Chili's will usually not like butt sex. Yeah. And those that frequent the Chili's are big aficionados.
That seems interesting to me because I feel like if you're going to Chili's, you'd less likely want to have butt sex out there.
I would think so. Maybe like the Taco Bell Doritos Locos might get you. But yeah, so side note on that.
That's like taking a little survey.
Yeah,
see,
give it a go.
You like Chili's?
Give it a go.
How much do you like butts?
What are your thoughts on Chili's? And you're like, oh, we got a winner here.
We have to find out the correlation. We need some data points.
Yeah.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you like Chili's? Scale of 1 to 10. How much you like butt stuff?
These things are not related. Just
asking just for a
maybe like throw some other questions
scientific research,
and then like just kind of put those two data points.
Hey, how the fuck did we talk about? We were going down the Chris. I think we were going down the Chris.
Well, I threw that the curveball. Applebee's and Chili's,
Applebee's and butt sex.
But so perfect. So we're talking
shuffle.
about Chili's and food and butt sex and all those things. And I will wrap it around to Christmas because what I was going to ask was
I'm a circle around because nothing more than fucking butt sex without.
but there's a logical way to bring this back home.
What is your favorite Christmas like food? Do you have a Christmas staple? It could be Christmas Eve that your family has. Like, what do you guys do?
Shit, I'm with my family for Christmas for I don't know how many years.
But like, you don't have to be with your family. Like, whatever you do.
Sometimes friends can be family.
Yeah. Right. For sure.
Although we also don't need to talk about what you and your friends do for Christmas.
Yeah,
we're going back to that butt sex.
We're going back to Chili's for this one. Yeah, we all eat at Chili's is actually what we do.
I did a white elephant yesterday, and I did get like my white elephant gift I got was like a starter kit for anal butt plugs.
There you go.
We can't talk about this on the podcast.
Well,
we're gonna have to cut this whole last 10 minutes out.
Yeah.
All right, I think that
to answer your question,
I don't know how you answer this.
I get alcoholic eggnog from one guy that worked for my dad had his special blend, and so every year ever since then, my mom will make. She's like, "Do you want Brian's eggnog?" I was like, "Yeah."
Special sauce.
That stuff.
What liquor does he put in it?
Dude, there's so many. He's like 3 different ones, but it's delicious. And like you get through that, it's like in mason jars. You do one of those, and you're gonna wake up like Pat did after my jungle juice.
Yeah.
You're like, what?
I don't know if I've ever had alcoholic eggnog. I've had what's like the Colombian version, rum chata.
So there's this. So I was gonna say there's a Puerto Rican version. That's like eggnog rum chata style.
Yeah.
And it's like I call it Puerto Rican Christmas magic.
Yeah.
It is the best thing ever. It's got like the cinnamon sticks in it.
Yeah, no, yeah. That I think it's the same thing. It's like something with a C. I can't remember it.
Crack?
Cocaina?
yeah.
That's Colombia, guys.
No.
They send it. They export it though.
Yeah.
I've heard.
For me, for whatever reason, I don't know why. Like
we definitely have to talk to Matt though. Yeah. At whatever minute we start talking about butt sex.
We could cut the egg out.
Just get that whole Chili's part out. That'd be great.
So eggnog.
Yeah.
Eggnog.
Being Italian.
So what do you like for
people
with butt sex?
Yeah. And a stocking with lotto tickets in it, and oranges,
and an orange.
Yeah, and a toothbrush.
We're really gonna have to tell Matt that like before you approve that podcast, bro. You really need to hammer down on the last 20 minutes.
Really,
it's rough.
Yeah,
we go down this hole.
Are we not in the?
And all we're doing is completely blaming Carl. Be like,
Are we
"It was
not in the
Carl."
trust tree? I thought we were in the trust. I think you'd say
The
Trust circle, yeah.
Circle of trust.
It's a
yeah,
circle,
God damn.
in the
These,
trust nest.
We get Carl. Matt's like, hey, because great podcast. We're cutting the last 20 minutes. Carl's never going.
Never allowed. Never allowed back on.
Right? Matt's like, you need to have everyone on. We're like, okay, we put Carl on. Never again.
Not
Never
Carl.
again.
You just,
Never Carl.
just
Time.
YouTube is going to be like, hey, the last 20 minutes of that.
You
I
know,
mean,
I'll
for
take it
children.
directly, yeah.
Honestly, even before the last 20 minutes, I think we hit the like more cursing than any other episode.
Probably.
I don't know, bro. That last one, we cursed a lot, bro.
With Andrew.
But I thought that we kind of set the standard when you had to cut my sweater off from the very beginning.
It set the bar.
We
right.
should. Is there a way
It was
that we can
derailed from
put
the
a
beginning.
Is there any way that we can have
censor
Carlos
board? Censor,
no,
yeah.
put the parental advisory over his nipples?
Yeah, and maybe my belly button.
We could definitely probably.
Belly button.
Or Merry and Christmas.
Yes.
Oh, yes, it's a good idea.
Yeah, I like it.
I like
I
it.
do a little post production.
This is such a good podcast. I'm worried that we're gonna get this last part cut.
But anyway, I think we just cut it here then, guys.
It's probably a good idea.
Unless you guys have actual Christmas things to
after Christmas food.
Christmas food. Yeah, yeah. Favorite Christmas food, or a staple Christmas food. I could go while you think.
Although, there's a new way to like smoke a turkey and you cut it the spine out and you lay it flat.
spatchcocking.
Yeah, I did that again. I didn't want to say it out loud because we've been talking about butt sex.
That's a
and
real.
spatchcocking.
That's what it's called, though.
No,
that's
I understand that, but Carl's here. That's gonna
Yeah.
go down a weird.
It's like.
I'll say connected to Chili's.
Wait. More importantly, I guess the real question is, Carl, how much do you like Chili's?
The answer that I gave was like
That's why he says I give
1 to 10.
I give
1 to
Chili's
10.
gift
I was
cards
like-
to all my friends.
I was like, it's all right, and she's like,
She's like not happy with that answer.
More
Yeah.
importantly, Zach gave Carl a Popeyes gift card. They had a Popeyes gift card
Yeah.
bet. It sounds like the next bet's going to be a Chili's gift card.
Sounds
yeah.
like it.
For and you could use it like bait and see who goes and grabs it. Like,
Who wants it?
It's not a bet.
Like
He's
a
just
white
gonna
elephant?
give the shit to
Like a
everybody.
white elephant thing, huh? Put it in the white elephant. See who grabs that Chili's gift
Yeah.
card real quick.
But anyway, so I did that spatchcocking thing where I did a turkey this weekend because we did Christmas with my family.
Nice.
The best way to make it like frying a
it is.
turkey maybe be the best bet. But
I was going to say,
Spatchcock.
Yako's turkey
yeah,
fried.
spatchcocking it is
It is.
amazing.
Keeks cooks even.
How long does it take?
Like 4 hours.
That's not
It was
bad.
not, and again,
That's pretty quick for a smoker.
Yeah, and my smoker has a timer on everything. I put the probes in it,
Yeah.
and then I was waiting for like, I
Chili probe.
fucking
chili probe.
sent it, bro. And
Send the
yeah,
chili
like,
probe up it.
yeah, no, it was delicious though.
What was yours?
So I feel like being Italian, everyone thinks of like the seven fishes. We never really did that.
Like lasagna soup.
Lasagna is actually what I was gonna say. So like for whatever reason, like whenever I was a kid,
right now.
lasagna was like the
culture.
Christmas Eve like always done thing. I guess maybe because it's like slightly complicated and cumbersome to make, but
So you're just making the women of your family make a fucking elaborate meal the night before they
Instead of
make an
fish.
elaborate meal.
well, you would like switch holidays, so they wouldn't make the meal 2 days in a row. So like my grandma would do Christmas Eve, and then my parents would do Christmas. Sexist, man. I do most of the cooking in my house. I did a whole Thanksgiving one time because my wife signed up to do. She's like, let's have everyone over for Thanksgiving. I'm like, I'm going to Florida like right before Thanksgiving. I can't help you. She's like, okay. While I was in Florida, she passed out, got a concussion. I came home. She was not able to cook. I had to cook the entire Thanksgiving meal a day before Thanksgiving.
But I think frying
Well
a
done.
turkey though.
Well done.
I think frying a turkey or smoking one is cool because now the women of your family don't have to worry about that aspect of cooking a turkey. Now the dudes are just outside.
Yeah.
I used to do I used like 3 a year because we would do like Thanksgiving, Christmas, and some other random ass holiday. And me and my little brother would just be outside getting fucked up. so it's like takes that off of the women. It's kind of fun for the dudes.
Yeah.
So,
Why does turkey get no love outside of like Christmas, Thanksgiving?
Because it's a fucking difficult.
Yeah.
But frying it's not, bro. Yeah, frying it. What I do is,
Yako said 30 minutes, which
Yeah, bro.
seems like the quickest thing that you could do anything.
so I inject that motherfucker with butter, and then I take a trash bag. I put it in the trash bag. I take all the fucking spicy seasoning you could think of, shake that motherfucker up, put it on top of the little fucking rack, drop it in the fucking oil. Now we're hanging out.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
How many times have you blown it up?
Never.
Nice.
Because I'm not an idiot.
I had one Christmas where I had to fight that fire from a turkey fire. So, I mean,
Hey,
Outer
everyone,
Banks.
listen. Just make sure that it's fucking thawed and you don't have to worry about. Also, cut the fucking propane off.
Exactly. That's the part
Also,
that was
make sure
forgotten.
there's enough. Make sure there's not too much. Don't fill the oil all the way up.
Yeah.
Turkey displaces the liquid.
Right. And make sure there's not a lot of water on it
Solid
or
in this
ice.
place is liquid just
Yeah.
for everyone.
Not just
Technically-
turkeys.
Technically, anything
Not just turkeys.
displaces liquid. Even
Yeah.
But what
even
people
the
do is
liquids, even the liquids.
liquids,
so,
gases.
but what they do is they leave
Yep. Let
the
them-
propane on,
Exactly.
right? And then it bubbles
Exactly
over
what
because
happened.
it's not fucking thawed. Like, listen, if you turn the fucking propane off and drop it in and it does boil over, you're okay.
Yeah.
You gotta be super careful if you try to turn it back on, which I would just recommend not. You just
Yeah.
ruined your Christmas or Thanksgiving. But
also,
like,
do it outside. People do it in their garage, and that's another problem. I would imagine.
what? I've
That's how they
even-
blow up their houses. What do you
Yeah, I've
mean?
never even heard of that before.
Seems
Like,
like a terrible idea.
yeah.
I've only seen it
I-
done outside.
So-
I,
Yeah,
I forgot.
well-
You guys live in Texas. Like in New Jersey, in the Northeast, it's like cold, and people
Yeah.
are like, "Fuck it, I don't want to go outside."
That makes
Yeah.
sense.
Well, fuck those people.
Yeah, and
They're
the
fucking
stupid
up
people who blow
firefighters.
up
Yeah,
their houses.
They're fucking up firefighters and
Dum-dums.
fucking Thanksgivings and Christmas.
Super dum-dums.
by
Yeah.
being idiots.
Idiots.
I'm gonna burn my house down.
That being said, I feel like we should have you and Yako do a instructional on how to make a deep fried turkey.
Yeah.
I love
Competition.
That. That's a great idea.
I'll help eat the turkey.
Or a competition. I like that even better. It could be
Can we wait till I
Yeah.
sell my house and buy a new one?
maybe, but Yako has a house.
Let's do it in the spring. Fuck it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I just
It'd be nicer out.
all my
Sure.
my turkey frying equipment is in storage, and that shit is at the back because I'm an
All,
idiot.
all I keep hearing is about how Pat has all this.
My whole life is fucking storage, bro.
Everything's in storage, and everything is somehow in the back of the storage.
Yeah.
That's the
Apparently-
front of the
I got that
storage.
too. It's in the back.
Like there's a
Something that you would never need, like his, like
a
bed
fucking
set.
goddamn elliptical is at the front of my fucking storage.
Sounds right, yeah.
Yeah. There's
You do with
weights
that.
at the front of the storage, but too heavy to like. Like Danielle was like, "Hey, do you have any weights?" I'm doing like Aaron Hazard going through
Yeah.
this fitness program. It's like,
Yeah.
Do you have any weights, like some 10s or 15s? I was like, yeah, I think so. I go to storage, it's like 55s, 65s, and 70s.
jeez.
Yeah. Like I was like, I came back and I was like, I'm
Basically,
sorry.
Danielle's weight.
Yeah.
we
yeah.
have a 250
Yeah.
pound tombstone here from Go Ruck.
Yeah.
So
Hold
far,
on. Yeah.
Bro, hey, listen, when we did that Go Ruck event, that tombstone weighed way more than 250 because they just left that motherfucker in the rain.
Yeah. That thing is heavy as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We put that motherfucker in the back of my truck and I was like, whoop. I need to get fucking air ride suspension on this motherfucker.
I don't know if it's because we've been talking about turkey or someone just brought food in here, but I feel like I smell turkey.
I feel like I
I know.
smell food too.
Smell food for sure.
All right, let's go find out where that food is.
Let's go find where the food is, but
probably-
let's wrap it up.
All right. Bueno Energy.
25%
25% off. Use
on
Sheepdog.
Drink Bueno.
Bueno.
It's
Good.
It's so good.
Bueno
Pat's
is
drinking,
good.
Pat's drinking one right now.
Drinking Bueno is good. And
Yeah, so I like
It's
to
his
drink
favorite-
Bueno before I teach lunchtime class because I like to party.
drinking good is Bueno. Yeah.
All right,
You're
guys.
doing some sprawls today, I bet.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year, because we won't like Christmas will have already happened, but hope you guys had a good
Happy New
Christmas.
Year, yeah.
Same.
Happy New Year, and we'll see you guys soon.
Thanks for having me on.
Thanks for
Carl.
having
Yeah,
us.
guys.
I already told you I was excited and for you, and I think you lived up to it.
Right on.
Hopefully,
That was a good one.
we're not canceled after this episode.
Yeah.
and we can have you on again.
All
Or
right.
at least you're not blacklisted.
Right. And there's
We'll see.
a lot more that came from. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, right. We've
Oh,
only
we're here
like
next year.
We've only slightly.
Hey, wait.
We touched the tip of. The
Is it your
stories.
birthday
That's the tip.
today?
Yeah, that's true.
Yes.
Happy birthday, buddy.
Zach's like fuck.
Hey, speaking of that weird shit, someone said peach cobbler on me next week.
That
Your
could,
birthday thing.
that could mean so many.
Yeah.
That could mean so many different
Who was it,
things.
though?
Yummy.
Yeah, we'll talk about it later.
We'll talk about it later. All right, guys.
All right, thanks, guys.
Have a good one.
Thanks,
Bye.
guys.